So I do think sometimes there's players that I wouldn't want on my team necessarily, but I think they're interesting. And Kyrie Irving is one of those players. But Chris Mannix was on yesterday. And I said, and I've always sort of had a rule in this business. I'm not just interested when I see the news. My question is always, who benefits that the story is out there? Because for a story to get out there, somebody has to leak it. And so who's benefiting from a story that gets out there? So a story surfaces 48 hours ago. The Nets and Kyrie Irving are at an impasse. And he is a unique talent, but the NBA has always been so infatuated with talent. You know, I was reading a story yesterday about Steve Kerr, and he was calling Steph Curry his Magic Johnson and his Tim Duncan. And what Steph Curry really is reliable. You ever had a friend, you know, you got friends and you really like hanging out with them, but you'd never call them to take you to the hospital or to take you to the airport? They're fun friends. I look at Steph Curry as really reliable. LeBron James is really reliable. Giannis as really reliable. You know, I look at Kyrie Irving sort of like I look at cryptocurrency. There's no real data to indicate it's a great investment. There's a lot of speculation, highly turbulent, rarely reliable. And what does it really get me? One of the reasons I don't root against crypto, but one of the reasons I don't invest heavily in crypto, what does it give me that I don't have? My money works. I look at all the things I use in technology, and I use it sparingly, but the stuff I use either replaces something or provides something I don't have. I use Uber. Why? Because maybe once every couple of weeks I want to go out and have a bottle of wine with my wife and I don't want to get in the car, so that technology provides me with a ride for like $12. I use my iPhone. Again, it replaces something. The Rolodex, the calendar, my alarm clock, Zoom links. I use a Zoom link every day. I've invested in DocuSign. All the technology I use either replaces something or provides something I don't have. I don't need NFTs. I'm not against NFTs, but again, I have some real estate through the years, some equities. I've got some cash, maybe a small business here. I don't need fuzzy pictures of monkeys to invest in. As far as I can tell, that's what NFTs are. Oh, I know, metaverse, Web3, blah, blah, blah. Again, what does it replace? Well, what does it provide that I don't have? Financial security? Ask yourself with Kyrie. Compare him to Steph. Does he provide great leadership? No. Reliability? No. Defense? Oh, no. No defense. Size? No, he's small. Okay, distribution. He gets others involved. Not really. He's never been great at that. He actually is what the Nets already have. A shooter. Joe Harris, Curry, Patty Mills, Kevin Durant. He's not replacing anything on that team, and he's not providing anything they don't have. Outside of 3 years with LeBron, his greatness, what it provides for a team construct is all speculative. It's way too turbulent for me. It's never reliable. What is Kyrie Irving providing for the Nets they don't have? Oh, he can give you 30. Kevin Durant can every night. Oh, he can hit a jumper. They've got one of the better shooting rosters in the league. They don't have leadership. They don't have reliability. They don't have physicality. They don't have defense. They don't have chemistry. They don't have leadership. He doesn't provide any of those. I'm not anti-crypto. If you want to invest in it, fine. I'm not anti-Kyrie Irving. But, man, it's a lot of speculation. And I'm not sure what it replaces. Lakers? Now, that's interesting. With the Lakers, it provides something they don't have, an actual shooter, one on the roster. That's why I say if you're going to talk Kyrie and the Nets, I don't get it. You move him to the other coast with the Lakers or the Clippers. I kind of get that. A little crypto to him. The NBA draft usually has 3 or 4 really special players, and then about 12 guys, 13 guys, that can make an impact. You'll find a Draymond Green in the second round or a Jokic. That's really, really, really rare. This is a good draft. I don't sit and watch college basketball all year. The best player I saw who jumped off the television, and I don't know how he'll transition to the NBA, was Jaden Ivey. He's a guard for Purdue. Can shoot the ball. He's 6'4". He's just wildly dynamic. It doesn't take an NBA scout. He's got a little bit of Ja Morant. I don't think he's quite as good as Ja Morant, but he's really – Ja Morant's going to run your franchise, run your offense. Jaden's just a scorer. He could be a point guard, but he's more – it feels like a 2, highly athletic. But there's a bunch of good players. The most interesting player is Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga. Now, I know the coach, so I watch probably about 10 of their games a year, 15. This is the one team with Duke or Carolina I watch a lot of. He's 7 feet, 190. I'm 6'2", 190, and I'm thin. So a scout talked about Chet Holmgren, who is uniquely skilled at his size. I mean, he can put the ball on the floor. Some compare him to Dirk Nowitzki, to Kevin Durant. A scout said, definitely have concerns about his body. I've never seen a body like his in person. When I saw him live, I was like, wow, this guy is years away. Now, there have been success stories, too. Kristaps Porzingis, guys with slight frames, skinny legs, works out fine. That's an interesting fit. It should be noted, Porzingis, big guy, skinny legs, hurt a lot. Kevin Durant, skinny legs, hurt a lot. Brandon Ingram, big guy, thin, skinny legs, hurt a lot. Now, obviously, some of those guys have developed into very good players. But his college coach, Mark Few, Gonzaga, talked about his size, structure, and toughness yesterday.
He is really, really, really tough. I mean, he is physically tough, even though maybe his body doesn't, belie that and look like it. Really, really tough. He doesn't shy away from physicality and extremely mentally tough. I mean, obviously, people have questions about his strength. I don't worry about that because there's not 1 ounce of him that's soft, and he's incredibly durable. I don't know that he spent more than 10 minutes in our training room this entire year.
So, and Gonzaga Gonzaga works guys, and he's a tough guy, and he plays, and he's not hurt much. It is interesting. I do look at body types a lot. And Johnny Manziel came out, and I said, he has a small waist and small shoulders. He can't play quarterback in the NFL. He's too small. Teddy Bridgewater came out, and I said, I like him, but he's too spindly. He's going to get hurt. Josh Rosen came out, and I said, I saw him get ragdolled by 250-pound defensive ends in the Pac-12. Forget the NFL. I'm not sure he could last in the SEC. And so body types matter. Derrick Rose, Ja Morant. I've said they're too small. 175 pounds, 180 pounds. I don't know if you can last driving the basket, getting knocked to the floor. Again, people look at Giannis and go, Colin, Giannis was thin. We have a picture of thin Giannis and Giannis now. It's 2 different people. But Giannis averaged 7, 12, 17. It wasn't until year 4 when through sheer force of work ethic, he became finally a star. Brandon Ingram, Lakers gave up on him 1 year too early, 9 points, 16, 17. Then he became an all-star this year. But it should be noted, now I doubted Kevin Durant. I say, and some of it was sarcasm. I said he can't bench 250 pounds. There's no way. Durant's great. I was obviously wrong. But you did see the Celtics push him around. Durant's been hurt a lot. Brandon Ingram can't stay healthy. It's something. It's something you have to discuss. Body types matter, and this player is fascinating. I will say this. If I'm Oklahoma City, I draft him, and here's why. Because they have the 2nd pick, and the 12th pick, and the 30th pick, and the 34th pick. I'm drafting him. If I had the Orlando Magic's draft board, 1 pick, I'd go with Jaden Ivey or the Auburn kid, Jabari Smith, because I think those guys are guaranteed to be NBA contributors fairly quickly. But if I got 4 picks and I'm rebuilding and I trust my draft process, and Oklahoma City's been pretty good at drafting, I'm taking him. Then I'm going to roll the dice. But I do think if you had 1 pick, you'd lose a little sleep on it. Because even the success stories, the Brandon Ingrams, the Porzingis, Kevin Durant's. He's not going to be Kevin Durant. There's one of those on the planet. Let's not make him Brady, LeBron. Let's stop doing that. But even some of the success stories with the thin legs and a lot of injuries. So you got to be patient. I think I would take him with a number 2 pick. But if I had one pick, if I had Orlando's draft board, I'm going to tell you, I would struggle with it. And I could be completely wrong. That's why I love drafts. I love drafts. We talk about them all the time. It's speculative. There's no science. The best football coach ever, Bill Belichick, has been magnificently mediocre drafting. It's really, really hard, and I can't wait for it.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.